Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Knives Are Life and Mr. Pete and Mr. Good morning, fellas. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. Mr. Bob just said that my buddy Azusa Blade Works has a Sage 6 on sale in S30V for $130. I'm guessing that's a good deal. I haven't checked on the prices of Sage 6s recently, but sounds like a good deal for a Spyderco. We will check that out momentarily. Let me get past a couple of things here. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, hit that thumbs up on the way in. That way you don't have to worry about it later. Not that you have to worry about it, period, but... Good morning, Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid. Hope you're doing well, sir. So last night, in my front pocket, I had a very slept-on clone, and what must be a great knife, the real thing must be a great knife, and that is the Spartan Harsey. And I absolutely love this thing. It is super, super comfortable. Very, very comfortable knife. And the action on this thing is just, I mean, you can't get any better. You can't ask for any better. Perfect action. I think a lot of people slept on it. Good morning, TC. Because of the size of it. But it is a great knife. And a lot of people, they don't sleep on the original, that's for sure, because the Spartan Harsey is one of the most popular knives for serious knife people. Great knife. Perfect action. Perfect reverse flick. Perfect drop shut. Perfect everything about it. This model has kind of a purplish color. Can't really see it in this light, but it does have a purple tint to this bronze. But anyway, had that in my front pocket. And then in my back pocket, I had the new GAW that they FedExed me straight from China that got here in 4 days. And this is the Sharp Shadow. And this thing, as far as 95% of it is perfect. It does look a little Strider looking, the Spartan Harsey does, mainly because of this back shape, but that fits so perfectly in your palm. That's what makes it partly so comfortable, is that curve. And if you haven't felt a Strider or a Spartan Harsey, you owe it to yourself too, because very, very, very comfortable. Anyway, back to the GAW knives, Sharp Shadow. This is a great, the quality of the materials, M390 blade steel, no badging anywhere on the blade. The only place they put their name is on the clip. It says GAW Knives. I can't ever figure out how they wrote it, because it's kind of, yeah, there you go. In the shadow it shows up. GAW Knives. The only thing that the problem with this one is the same thing that was the problem with the other KB, the Bluff, and that's that crossbar. During the night, I have figured out a way to make it work besides just so if you just barely touch the crossbar lock, it closes good. And I've learned that if you pull it all the way and you sling it hard, it closes good. So I'm hoping maybe it'll work in. It's not as bad as first thought, because I've kind of learned how to do it. You just either barely tap it or you hold it in all the way and give it a lot of wrist. And when you do that, it doesn't ever bounce out. it always just hugs down there. So anyway, comfortable knife, perfect 4-finger grip for me. Sharp looking knife, cool looking knife. All right, so those were the two I carried. Then I also took this one with me just to marvel at it, because I did finish that up pretty quickly after the stream yesterday. And I got the flipper tab deleted, and I got the finger choil put in about exactly like my picture. And this thing is super comfortable. The choil is actually usable now. You can see my finger is off the blade. It's not touching it. Great finger choil now. Good morning, John. And the lines on it are super clean now. They should offer a non-flipper and a flipper version of this knife, in my opinion. Because the thumb studs are, the placement on the thumb studs are so good. He moved them out here perfectly to where they just land right on your finger for a reverse flick, and regular flick is the same way. I did get it really good and smooth and satin finished right in here. I've got a good picture I will show y'all of an up close picture. So let's see, I did catch a good photo of it after I finished it yesterday, and that is this one right here. So as you can see there, I got it very nice and smooth with that drum, and it turned out great. There's when I finished it. There's how much metal is left. And you'd be surprised how strong that much of metal is. But like I said, the only time that metal comes into play, period, is when the blade is closed. So it really doesn't serve a purpose. When it's open, it sits against this stop pin right here, and it's that part of the blade that sits there. So this part down here, this little thin part, or it's still super strong, only just sits against in that stop pin when it's closed, and it's not really putting any pressure. It's not doing anything. It's not hurting anything. So yeah, I think it is my favorite flipper delete to date. Mainly because it turned out just like the picture, and it makes this knife so much more usable to me, and it makes it so much better looking. So yeah, I'm happy about that one. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great this morning. We will have the drawing here in just a couple of minutes. I wanted to go look at what Bob just said a minute ago, because I like to look at everything anybody mentions in the channel. So that would be Mr. Azusa Blade Works has a sale on the Sage 5. Shot more brands here, Spyderco. So I guess he's got a, well, I don't see a Sage 5. Let's see. I could probably type that in the search somewhere, but his website is not laid out totally great. But let's just type in Sage 5 here. So on sale, sold out, on sale. Do you have to add this to cart? Oh, that's a 6. Maybe this isn't where he's, maybe I was reading it wrong. Oh, Sage 6. I don't know why I said Sage 5. So it is the Sage 6. I guess if you when you add it to cart, does the price go down? Or what? Is there a code? Well, I don't know. Maybe oh, it was the Sage 6 and S30V. Is there a code I'm supposed to be typing in here? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he must have had it on sale, so that was a good price. $130 because it's $172 right now. Sage 6 button. Sage 6 button. Let's see what they go for elsewhere. Blade HQ. They're $210 for the S30V. So yeah, you got a heck of a deal. $130 is a great deal. River's Edge has them for $210 also. So yeah, great score there, Knives Are Life. Good job, buddy. The tariffs, Mr. So I read something this morning about the tariffs and about somebody posted on Reddit what does this mean for replica watches. So in my in my watch thing I go to, somebody said, see if I can find the post here. Oh, by the way, Scott, that's you like black red watches. That's a pretty cool looking Breitling clone. Red and black is what you like. So if you see this video, you might want to check out that watch. But somebody said down here, update. Well, I'm not seeing it. But anyway, they said, what is this going to mean for the replica market? Because I guess they're cracking down on a bunch of stuff coming in the country now. Mister, where did you hear that? Or where could the tariffs, are they going back up again? Did we not re-sign the deal? Like, I don't even know what's going on with them. I was trying to find that post because I thought maybe it would tell us something about it. But I don't see it, so I'm not going to scroll forever. Huh. Any news? Well, oh well. Good morning, Andrew. Shutting the party down, so we're going to have to worry about stuff coming from China, huh? Yeah, I don't think we should worry yet. Let's see if I can see anything on tariff news. "39 minutes ago. Pharma imports. Trump says he will meet Xi if trade deal agreed. He asked for a meeting. I end up having a meeting before the end of the year. If we don't make a deal, I'm not going to have a meeting. We're getting very close to a deal. We're getting along with China very well. China is facing an August 12th deadline to reach a tariff agreement with Trump's administration." All right. Negotiations from both sides met in Stockholm in late July. The truths in May saw it drop to 30% from 145, while China cut them to 10% from 125. So it looks like August 12th is the deadline for them to meet a deal. And if they do, he says we're getting along with China very well and we're very close to a deal. So hopefully it goes good. I wouldn't worry about it yet, mister. Let's see after the 12th what happens. All right. So, there was only... oh, that's awesome. Knives are life. So, my requirements for entering the giveaway yesterday were only met by, I believe, 7 people. So you have a 1 in 7 chance of winning if you did what I asked, which is pretty good chance. And then I'm going to have a second drawing for members only, and there's 14 members right now. So you have a 1 in 14 chance. You had to pay a tariff on a Spearhead Crimson Edge. What is that knife? Oh, that's that one you showed a picture of, isn't it? Yeah, that's that same company Sever showed, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's that same knife you posted in the Discord. Let me go show that knife, because that's the same one Sever showed, I believe. But it's this knife right here. So he had to pay an extra tariff on that because the import company didn't do it. There's my 2 beauties from last night. And there's the other 2. Or the same one, but... Alright. So, let's go ahead and do the spin. Oh, it's all good, Andrew. I'm glad there's less people, so there's a better chance of who did it actually winning. But it'll probably be one of the people that never interact in chat, knowing our luck, which will kind of bum me out too, but rules are rules. So let me go back to the browser here, and let's get this wheel up. So there are 7 names on it. Only a few of you in chat here, which I'm surprised. Nobody in chat did it. Oh, thank you about the flipper delete. So it seems like the only people that did it in chat are Knives Are Life, TC, and Pete. Oh, mister, yeah. I didn't get on Instagram until not long ago, so I'm right there with you. But you're in the other drawing anyway. Most all y'all are in the main drawing for the members drawing anyway. So let me shuffle this up a few times and spin it away and see what we get. Let me turn on the sound. Oh, are you on there, Michael? Let me go check, because I don't... Maybe I didn't see the... Or maybe your Instagram name is different than your name. But on this episode, Sever7 didn't do it right, because he just made a post. I don't know. He was probably just congratulating me, is what I thought. He probably didn't try to enter. Same with Lazy Boy EDC. Didn't do the right things. They didn't tag anybody. So they commented. I think they were just commenting, thanking me for about my post. But so it looks like the first person, Knives Are Life, is the first one that commented up here and then tagged somebody. Cooper MCT commented and then tagged somebody. Pete tagged somebody and commented. TC Blake meant, but oh yeah, Cooper MCT, yeah, you're on there. I guess that counts, I guess, even though he didn't. Maybe he said something up here. No, he didn't make a comment, but oh well. And then this Gonzo EDC tagged somebody. Nobody really followed the rules. I'll have to make it more specific next time. Chameleon followed the rules. He commented and tagged somebody. And oh yeah, R. Dallum commented and then tagged somebody. So yeah. Oh yeah, Mister. I don't do the Instagram thing much. I just need it to grow, so that's the only reason I did it. That's why I'm doing a members giveaway too, because I know y'all all be included in that. So I think I got everybody added that's supposed to be added. There's 7. I'm gonna shuffle them 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna hide it. Now I'm gonna spin away and see who wins. Wait, I'm gonna make the spin a little longer. I didn't like how short it was last time. We're gonna spin slowly. So here we go. It still didn't do it a long amount of time. Who is Chameleon? I told you it'd be somebody that doesn't hang out in the chat. Good morning, Robin. So I'll have to try to figure out. I'm going to do a second backup spin because I don't know who this person is and I don't really know if I'll get a hold of them. So let me remove that person and do the next one. Let me shuffle it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops. Hide it. Spin again. Is it Pete? Pete is the backup. All right. So I know I can probably get a hold of Pete. So congratulations to those 2 people. You'll have 24 hours, Chameleon, from right now to claim your prize, or else it goes to Pete. I will try to reach out to you via Instagram, I guess. I don't know who you are, but maybe I'll learn. I will send you a message, but that's about all I'll do. I'm not gonna try to track you down. Do we know who this is? It's somebody from Reddit, evidently, probably. Anybody know who that is? Somebody doesn't do Instagram much either, which is fine with me. I don't use it much, but thought I would just throw that in there. How can I message this person? Send message. You won the giveaway. The 200th episode giveaway. Message me with shipping details within 24 hours to claim your prize. Congrats. Thanks. Alright. So that is done. I will close that off. You're the backup, Pete. If that person doesn't respond, I got 24 hours from 8:25 a.m. I don't know who that person is or if they use Instagram much, but they probably, I don't know. But I'm not going to try to like go out of my way to contact people because I want them to be here. I have no idea, Pete. They watched the video and they followed the entry. That's all I know. Could have been somebody from Reddit. Looks like maybe a Chinese knives person on Reddit or something. But all right, so let's open the members giveaway. So here's the members as of right now. I'm going to shuffle it 14 times. All right. I shuffled that one 14 times. So, I think we'll wait a few minutes to do this spin. Let's go look at a few knives. Let's see. I had one I was curious about. I haven't seen yet. And I wondered if y'all had seen anything about these knives. This one is $29.99 on Amazon. And it looked like a super cool knife. It's, well, I don't know how he got it for that price. Maybe the drop point. No, it looks like there's a $10 coupon. Well, let me hide that for a second. I don't want to log in, but I will, I guess. Alright, so let me sign back out. That was to add the $10 coupon. Alright. Let's see. Go back to the browser. But yeah, this looked like a super cool knife for the price he said. 3.6-inch blade. Carbon fiber. I wondered if this was a new brand y'all knew anything about. G10 in carbon fiber, huh? Huh. It's a different kind of knife. So, evidently, did we just get, what happened? Oh, you became a member? Thank you, Andrew. I'm going to let people in the chat. Good morning, Christopher. Do you think I should add him or is he cut off? I think once this episode started, that was the kind of cutoff for yesterday's entry. I hate to say that, Andrew. I hope you didn't do it just to get in the entry. But I do totally appreciate it. But I think the cutoff started when I started this episode this morning. That's kind of how I had it in my mind. Yeah, I apologize, Andrew. I mean, you'll be in the next one. So it's all good. So do y'all know anything about this company, Sheldon Knives? Somebody else said they make good knives. Premium EDC folding knives. Well, there's some Knives Are Life defensive knives. What is this one here? Cyberdashi? The Hierophant? What kind of names are these? Y'all know anything about this? Oh, it's kind of like a Trivisa. The Rev and the Rain. Yeah, I haven't heard of them. That's weird. Maybe I have heard of them, but I never really... There's the Rain. Yeah, Pete, I can see you having that one. It's got that crazy blade you like. That seems like a decent deal. 154 CM. Micarta for $60. What is this? That one looks like another brand on Amazon. The Viper, the Cyberdashi, the Calibri. So let's see what kind of frame locks they have. They've only got the two crazy ones. Liner lock. Wow, they have some crazy names. Named after Pokemons and stuff. Bulbasaur. Charcos. Empoleon. Icolite. What the heck? $20 for some of these knives. I guess at least they're coming up with names for them and not just some kind of number. Relicanth. Like they're coming up with names for their $20 knives too, which is respectable. Tor Tank. What is the Tor Tank? Wow. Trenchodon. Yeah, they got names for everything. Yeah, I'm thinking Trivisa is better, in my opinion, from what I've seen so far of these knives. Trivisa, whatever. I've got 3 of their knives, and they're really nice. Let's go see the nested liner locks real quick. The Gambit, Cyberdashi, the Hoplon, the Jalapeno. Huh? Oh, there's the Rev. That's another one, your blade shape. Man, you really like that pointy Warncliffe, huh? Like, I would never, personally, I would never look at that knife and say, ooh, I gotta have that. Never. Neither one of those. Like, I don't know. It's wild to me that, and it's perfectly okay. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. It's just wild to me that my tastes are so different. But I guess that's what makes this hobby so cool, is because Knives Are Life probably likes both of these. Pretty wild. Let's see. You asked how much the Cyberdashi was? I don't know. Let's go find out. Cyberdashi looks like it's $100. Wow. Looks like they've got 2 versions of it because it showed up under. Oh, maybe it's because maybe the liner locks show up under nested also. No, it looks like it's only showing up under the nested, but it was $100. They had a frame lock. Did they have a frame lock version of it? I saw it. No, the only 2 frame locks are those 2 size. Yeah, I believe it was $100 though. Cyber, where's the search box up here? Products. Alchemist premium steel. 154 cm. Cyberdashi. $100. Buy on Amazon. Let's see what kind of currently unavailable. The Gambit. See if it's available on Amazon. Yep. No kind of codes though. Warren Tax. Oh yeah, those are pretty cool. Precision Knife Works. Recon 1. Let's see. That's a cool one. But that's for people that like that knife style. Let's see. Warren Tack, White Mountain Knives. Did you say it was 125 on White Mountain Knives? Maybe not. Maybe it's that Cyber Dashi. Yeah. That's the one that was 125. So it's $99 on their website. I like the look of that. If I was into Warncliffs and such, I like the looks of it. Is that a new? Who makes those big blade holes like that? Like on the that Kubi I've got. Can't think who that is. Let me put back up my couple of my clones I had out so I can close back up. Oh, I meant to show y'all something else this morning too. So I did order one of those triangle files from Amazon, but I'm a big dummy sometimes, and I got the wrong one. So I ordered one that I thought would be okay, but I didn't pay attention to it. And it is a diamond file, diamond triangle file. It is sitting right here beside me. And it is one of those triangle files, but it is exactly like it said, a diamond one. And it's probably better for polishing and tuning. It's not gonna cut as aggressively as the ones like a regular metal file with the lines in it. So when I took it, I did run it across the I did hold this like this and find this groove and run it across here a couple times, just like this. And it's not really doing much cutting at all. It's more doing a polish. So I'm going to return this one, and I've already ordered another. TC, I've got a checkered one on the way. That's not what I'm talking about. I've got a nice checkered file. You missed the talk yesterday, but I've got a nice checkered file on the way. This is for fine tuning them. Triangle files we watched a whole video on it yesterday, but anyway, I got the right one ordered. I got a nice triangle file that will actually do some cutting. Yeah, we watched a cool video yesterday, TC, about a guy putting in lines totally with one of those triangle files. It was actually pretty cool. Let me see real quick if I can go to the history. Whoops. And wow, had some crazy stuff on. I watched well, I didn't watch all these. I know when it was a knife making video. It was in the title, I believe. I don't know where it went. It was a file. It had file in the decorative filing. That's crazy how terrible the history on this is working. Old saw blades make awesome knives. The steel from old saw blades that they used in the early 1900s is one of the best steels to make knives out of. With those big saws like that. If you ever run across one of those big saw blades, grab one. Let me let me see if I can find that real quick. Yeah, the checkering file we went over. Anyway, I'm not going to spend much time. We watched it yesterday. You can go back and see it yesterday. But my orders, here's what I got. I got a Nicholson, real one. It's only $9, but it's a good file. But it's going to be a lot more aggressive. So it's a 7-inch triangle single cut slim taper. And it's got the American pattern, so it's a single cut. It's made to do exactly what I want it to do. But I got one of those ordered, and I'm going to return this other one. No, I'm not talking about the checkering file video. I'm talking about the one with the triangle file where he made the little diamond pattern on the top. I know where the checkering file video is. It was the triangle file. Let me go history real quick and type in. Let me look one more time. Because I've watched it twice now. Come on. Aha, here it is. It's called jimping. Here we go. This is what I was talking about, TC.
Hi, this is Matt Bufford. Welcome back to my workshop. Today we're going to keep going on with the knife we've been working on. Today we're going to work on file work and we're going to prep it for heat treat. Now on this knife all I'm going to be doing is some basic jimping, thumb rest essentially. But the process is the same for any type of file work. If you Google online you can see myriad different file work patterns, the vine works, the rope works, and all kinds of other crazy tribal looking stuff. But the basic process is the same. It's just the angles and the directions you cut with the file. So the tools for this, I'm going to use basically just a simple ruler, a carbide scribe, and a triangle file. If you're doing any other type of file work, you'll probably use several different files. A small round file, a flat file, a bastard file, and the triangle file all come in handy depending on what pattern you're doing. So come on in here at the camera. So on the knife, considering my handle is going to stop right about here, and I want my thumb rest to start right about here, I'm going to go and make my starting line right there. That's not tight enough. Alright, so now that I've got that line scribed in, lay my file down.
I need to get a carbide scribe.
I'll just make a mark every 1/8 inch. And you can do as many or as few indents as you like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more for good measure, and 8. So from there, I'm just going to take my ruler and mark those lines across. What you're doing with this is essentially you're giving yourself your starting point for your file. And again, if you're doing vine work or rope work or anything else, you're going to do the same thing as far as your indent marks, different spaces accordingly, but how you use the file is going to be the big difference, which is going to change your end result.
Yeah, I really like learning stuff. Like, whenever I watch stuff, usually it's me trying to learn something.
So from there, I'm going to take my basic triangle file.
So I hope y'all don't care watching this again.
I'm just going to lightly glide it over. Give myself a starting point on each line. I'm going to go down the line and do this for each one on both sides of the blade. Once I have that, then I can continue on. But getting that starting point is fairly crucial, because if you don't do that, you can cause the file to slip around and you can totally destroy your file work.
He's going backwards.
And before anybody yells at me, I know I'm going the wrong way with my file. And I know that it can damage my file, but it's a cheap file. And I don't really care as far as control for doing these starting lines. It works better for me going this way than to go the other way where you have more bite and it's harder to control once it slips off of that bite. Alright, so now I'm at the point I've gotten my little sidelines done on each of them, and if you can get a good top view on it, you're starting to see kind of a diamond pattern for me, which is obviously one of the file works you can do. And if a diamond pattern is what you're going for, just kind of finish out your diamonds, and you can finish up and smooth out your file work from there. But for the jimping, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down on the ridge that I've already created, and I'm going to roll up a little bit, because I've got basically the apex of each triangle touching each other. I'm going to roll up a little bit and start to join those triangles together. And you can see just with a few passes, it's already starting to straighten that out and make it more of a valley. So I'm going to take my time here, because this is where you can really kind of screw it up if you don't take your time. So I'm going to take my time here, valley all these out, and eventually I'll have them filed down to a peak between each valley. Alright, so now you can see I've pretty much got them filed down to where they need to be. Well, once I got them rounded over, just lay on top, and you just good consistent motion all the way across for all of them. And once you get to this point, you want to look along the side, make sure that your valleys pretty much flush up along a line on both sides. Now, if you're using a standard triangle file like this, it's going to taper from smaller at one end to bigger on the other. So while you're doing that, you may have to heel up a little bit to get that line to be more straight. And I flip my knife around and I'll work both sides until I get them to kind of match up with each other. So now that you've got these covered with deep file marks and gouges, and I'm going to use just a piece of sandpaper on my file. You can also use a Dremel tool, with the little buffing cone or polishing cone, using some gritty compound. But considering most people aren't going to have that available, we'll just do the demo with a piece of sandpaper. And it does go through a lot of sandpaper, but it works. So you just wrap the sandpaper around the file, get the nice angle in there, and use the same motions you were using before. You can go back and forth, it's not going to hurt anything. And do that enough, go through enough sandpaper, eventually you're going to have all those file marks out, and you'll be ready to move on to the next step.
So, yeah, so that's what I want that little file to tweak some jimping. But I bought a checkering file to put jimping in on knives. I got the 20 tooth per inch. which is what this knife is. It's got 10 grooves in a 1/2 inch. So the same checkering file I bought, it's a 1/2 inch wide, so it should fit perfectly in the knife that I have. And you could, if you have a mill, a lot of people just use a wheel like this and to put jimping on, and this is the easiest way. Like if you have a mill, because you can roll it and adjust it and make them however, whatever kind of pattern you want, whatever spacing you want using a mill. But you can just take a wheel like that on a mill and roll it a little bit, put the next one in, roll it a little bit, put the next one in, roll it a little bit. So mechanical stuff does make quite a difference in how quick you can do stuff and how precise. But if I had a choice, that would be the way I would want to do it professionally. Because he just made quick work of that jimping, and it's perfect, and you can go as deep as you want, put as many as you want, and it's pretty much perfect. So yeah, that's another way to go about it. Alright, so we saw all that. So I'm going to return that one file and get the other one. But like I said, there are exactly 10 lines on this, and it's exactly 1/2 inch. So the checkering file I got is a 1/2 inch. It's made to do 20 lines, 20 things per inch. But if I hold the ruler up here, you can see that it is exactly a 1/2 inch. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right at exactly 1/2 inch. Anyway. So I could also use that cutoff wheel that I used yesterday and deepen these. But the reason is because you can't even feel this jimping. Like, it just feels like it's slick. I mean, it's just as slick as the part that's not jimped. I mean, it doesn't have any grip whatsoever. He didn't go down in there far enough on this knife. I mean, you can see they're barely down in there. And neither are these three. But I'll be able to take my checkering file and lay it off the edge right here and just catch those 3 grooves and make them deeper with that checkering file. And I should be able to use my checkering file on these too. But since I got this file yesterday, I was going to try it out. And so I did run it across those 3 little grooves right here, and I didn't make them, it didn't do much because, like I said, this is more of a, it's not as aggressive of a file. All right, let's see. What is next today? Y'all want to go ahead and do that members? We're coming up on 55 minutes. Let's go ahead and do that member spin. Let's go back to the wheel here. I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle it 14 more times. All right, 14 more times. We're ready to spin. Why does my phone keep making noise? I thought I turned it off. I guess I didn't. All right. So, y'all ready for the member spin? See who wins this prize? All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, spin. Sever 7. Dan Stan EDC. Alright, Dan Stan is the first one. I'm going to remove him and I'm going to do a backup. I'm going to spin it 13 times now. 13 shuffles. Whoops. Hide it. We'll spin for our backup. Mister? Mister. Well, congratulations to Dan Stan and Mister. He's been a member for a little while, so he's a member. And I appreciate him for being a member. Just like I appreciate all y'all. Well, mister, we got to see if Dan Stan shows up. What was that? I heard a noise. Did y'all hear that? Weird. But you're the backup if he doesn't claim it. I'm going to reach out him, I guess the same way. Guess I'll try to find him on Instagram and message him and give him 24 hours. Good morning, JD. Yeah, I don't know what that noise was. I don't know where it came from. Weird. So, oh, now I know where it came from. It's my earbuds saying, please charge. It's pretty wild. I don't know if I brought them in. Where in the heck are they? Oh, here they are. Let me put the other one in. Hold on. Swap my earbud. All right. Now we're back at it. Let's see. Let me go turn the camera back on for a second. Let me go see if I can find. I don't even know. I guess I try to type in Dan Stan. I've seen him quite a few times. I'm not gonna. Oh, they followed by. Okay. I'm not following him, but my main hobby is knives. I love animals and the outdoors. All right then, Mr. Dan Stan. I appreciate all that. I love animals and the outdoors too. You won the 200th episode members giveaway. Please contact me within 24 hours with your info so I can ship you a prize. Congrats. Thanks. All right, I've sent him his one message. So he'll have 24 hours to respond. Yeah, Dan Stan sounds like a stand-up dude. I've seen him around lots of places, and I appreciate him being a member. Supporting me is supporting me. I've made really good friendships with a lot of y'all, but support is support, So that's super cool. Yeah, and just so you know, Pete, let me see. Let me check my messages here. He might not use Instagram. It says he was active 23 hours ago, and that was when he put his comment in. So, yeah, who knows? And he doesn't even have a picture on his icon, so if he doesn't watch this video and know he won, yeah, John, no, because I don't know if you saw yesterday, but I did all this to a hardened blade. It's just it's hard. It's more difficult when the blade is hardened. You're supposed to do it before you harden it, but you can do it after it's hardened, because those little sanding wheels take off this stuff, you know. So will sandpaper. So will a metal file. It is better to do it before it's hardened, or you can normalize it and then re-harden it. But yeah, it will go into hardened metal. I thought about busting out the Dremel and mounting it up somewhere, like in a vise, and then making me a little jig to where I could move stuff across the blade where it was perfectly lined up, and do some jimping. But I'd rather do it by hand with the checkering file and that little diamond file. These grooves won't be hard to make deeper because they're already there. You know, it'll just kind of be guiding it the way it needs to go. I shouldn't get off out of alignment. Yeah, I love the flipper delete on this thing. Like, it's so good. It's got a working choil now. My finger almost is, you know, horizontal with the, like, it almost fits in there instead of being vertical like it was before. It used to be like that, like sideways, because there wasn't any room. But now I can flatten it out and really get in there. Like I said, there are a lot of companies who offer flipper versions and non-flipper versions, and I think he ought to do that with the J-capes, because right here I got you can see how much better it would look. So here's my mini J-cape, and it's got the same exact choil and flipper tab that the big one had. So you can see how that was shaped. It makes your finger go, like, you have to put it in there like barely sideways. See, it doesn't fit in there good at all. Not comfortable at all. And this is a 3.5 finger knife for me. But the lines on that are, you know, way better without the tab. And when I got my Jaeger, this is a case where Brian Brown does offer a flipper and non-flipper versions of his knife. So you can buy this knife in a non-flipper version. Or you can buy it with the flipper. Well, I wasn't able to find a non-flipper version when I bought this one. So I turned it into a non-flipper version, and I did a flipper tab delete on it too. I did it to where it's perfectly flush with this side over here. And then it sits back a little bit on this side and is angled a little bit, but it looks basically exactly like yeah, McMaster Carr is the bomb. So is Granger. But I turned this one from a flipper version to a non-flipper version, but you can buy them like that on this specific knife. So I wish you could buy one of those like that. By the way, you just asked, this is the GAW Knives Sharp Shadow. I did an unboxing and review of it last night on my channel, and talked about why I'm, 99% sure it's a Kubi OEM, even though they said they weren't. And I explained what I think they mean by that. I think Kubi started a new knife brand to handle all their a lot of their crossbar lock knives, and they opened a new building and bought new machinery so that way they can call it not OEM'd by Kubi, but I think it's under the Kubi umbrella. Because if you message them and ask them, they'll say they're not OEM'd by Kubi. They'll say they OEM their own. But if you look it up, they're owned by Kubi. So it's basically a Kubi. And that's how they can get the prices down the way they are too. But go check out my unboxing video. I talk about all that at the beginning. And I also compare it to the knife that it is most like, and you can tell that it's a Kubi because of the fact of how it is exactly like this one. So this is the Kubi, or the KB Knives Bluff, and it has the exact same problem with the crossbar. You can see I can't even open it, and if I pull it, it won't close at all. These crossbar locks are, I don't know what's going on with them, but there's a flaw in them. If you pull this all the way, this blade will not drop. It does not, it won't drop no matter what I do. The only way to close this is to just barely tap it and barely tap it to open it. And then it works like it's supposed to. But if you pull it like a normal crossbar lock knife, it won't, the blade will not drop. But look at these. These are exactly the same, basically. Same exact lengths, same exact problem with the crossbar lock, same exact everything. And one of the best crossbar lock knives, the Kaiser Drop Bear, is so buttery smooth. Anything you do to this crossbar lock, if you pull it all the way, the blade just falls. You don't have to shake it all, it just falls. Whereas this one, you pull it all the way, you can't even shake it closed. It's definitely got some flaws. But like I said, once you have a knife and learn how to use it, like I learned that you just have to tap the crossbar and use some wrist, and then it works okay. But it's still annoying because of how good the quality is on all the materials and the milling and the fit and finish and the lockup. I mean, they're solid as heck. But that mechanism just leaves something to be desired. But like I said, I'm pretty sure, just like Knives Are Life said, these are OEM'd by Kubi. And they just started a new named company, and it's under their umbrella. And they have maybe some different managers and stuff over there telling people it's not OEM'd by Kubi, but they don't tell you it's not owned by Kubi. Yeah. But if you go to their website for GAW, every single one of their knives is crossbar, which is kind of wild. But like I said, whoops, I need to quit bringing that up. Yeah, because he could type his address in there. That'll be the last time I show that on stream. But if you go to GAW Knife, every one of their knives is a crossbar lock knife. And it's a shame because some of these new ones are nice. Like this one right here, I really like. And I'm not a Warncliffe type guy, but this is a 3.9 inch blade. And it's skinny, and I don't know why I like it, but I do. For $145, M390, almost 4-inch blade, and it's got that silly crossbar that they don't execute right. I mean, if all of these felt like the Drop Bear, then I wouldn't care. But, and I like this, I like the Phantasm, and I like the Noxes, whatever it's called, Noxes, yeah. Like I like both of these, but it's got that that crossbar lock that I don't necessarily want to try out again. KB Toy Store, yeah. KB was the bomb. I'm not doxing nobody. Yeah, the Canton Fair, yeah. I have seen some of those fairs that, we watched that one video, that knife company one time, they had their booth set up at one of those fairs. But the Canton, yeah. Uh, let's see. China Import and Export Fair, Canton Fair. I did watch America is done. Tariffs not working. Huh. Here's a video on it. World's largest in Guangzhou, China. But yeah, it's pretty wild what all you can find. OEMs for everything. Crazy stuff. And I don't know if y'all know that Alibaba owns AliExpress, and Alibaba is another thing that you can import shipping containers full of anything. Like you can get you can order trains. I mean, it's pretty wild if you get on here and see what you can actually order from Alibaba. But you can get dump trucks and you can get anything you want straight from China. And including, like, I almost imported a full container of clone Honda four-wheelers. So I've been in clones for a while, I guess, because back in the day, I was looking into importing some four-wheelers that they made that were clone Honda four-wheelers. But you can type in like electric car, and you can import these electric cars straight on a shipping container. Pretty wild, like some of the stuff that you can get from Alibaba, like $14,000 to $15,000 for these cars. I mean, you have to go through, a bunch of process to import automobiles, but yeah, Alibaba has everything. There's a guy that has a YouTube channel that imports these electric backhoes, and he imports like these and sells them here in the U.S. So they make electric work equipment now. And there's a guy that has a whole YouTube channel of him importing. Yeah, pretty wild stuff on Alibaba. But Alibaba you have to order shipping containers worth of stuff just about. Whereas AliExpress is like they're just, their eBay kind of Walmart. But they're owned by Alibaba. Not sure everybody knew that. It's pretty wild. I can't remember the name of those clone Honda four-wheelers, but let's see. They were called clone of a 2017 so you can buy these and they even use Honda parts, which is pretty wild. You can take them to a Honda service dealership and use Honda parts on them. So that's why I was gonna, Cool Star might be what they changed into. Cool Star. I'm not sure if this is the one, but there are some that are actually clones. Pretty wild. But back to knives. So, see if there's anything exciting and new on here. Hey, what is this new Kaiser? Oh, that's that new. I think we looked at that one. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, John. Speaking of Rosie's Rippers, there was one for sale on Knife Swap. It popped up this morning. Let me show you real quick. I'm glad you mentioned the Rosie's Rippers because one of these recent posts has, I think it's this post. Yeah. So here's a Rosie's Reaper for $300 that I looked at earlier. I like the looks of it too. See if there's a video. It looks a lot like my Ferrum Forge with a different blade shape. It's got Magna Cut. Rosie's Rippers always pops up on the drop point every week when we look at it. But there's that knife, full picture of it. Yeah, there's clones of pretty much everything. Honda generators, Honda dirt bikes, Honda four-wheelers. Yeah, I really like that knife, and I bet Pete likes it too. Except it's the reverse of what he normally likes in a blade shape. Yeah, Michael, I try to pass on all my useless knowledge. This guy had a bunch of nice knives for sale. I almost messaged him about the... he has a dark mode binge for $185. I bet he'd take like $170 if it hadn't sold already. Chat, YOLO, Kapara. So it's still available. Wait, hold on. Great price on Rosie. Bought Kapara. Yeah, it's still available. So if any of y'all want a dark mode binge, but he's got a Rosie XL for $900. And he has an Arius for $625. Yeah, the Spitfire does look cool. I almost messaged him about this, the Bison too, because I've been wanting to check one of them out, but it ended up being all black. See if anything else cool popped up this morning. There's an Arc Form, Slim Foot Flipper, $120 sold. Wow, it's a good price. Oh, it's the G10. Okay. Speaking of that, somebody did their first anno, and they picked a Slim Foot. I saw that posted this morning. Oh, it was on Knives, I believe. Hold on. I think it was in Knives. But he picked a Slim Foot also. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Maybe it wasn't called that. There's our buddy Buckaroo Bonsai's post. There's what he's carrying today. I was trying to find... He did a decent job on his first anno. That's why I wanted to show y'all. Well, that's not it. don't know what happened there. Reddit is a great place to check out knives. I mean, I don't know how many members are in this group, but 360,000 people are in this knives group. Maybe it was in this, yeah. I think it might have been in, no, it wasn't. This is a great channel too for pictures. I mean, a great subreddit. I don't know why I said channel. That's pretty cool. Damascus Inlay Spectre. Wow. Some of these guys have collections that are ridiculous. The Takray Tyron. Yeah, where's TC gonna pop in and say that Takray so and such is a knock knife? I'm just joking. Ultra thin handle, titanium handle, folding knife. Is it a top liner lock or is it a plunge lock? It's probably a plunge lock. Button lock and thumb stud. If it says button lock, it's probably a plunge lock. Good morning, Sever7. I want to check out one of those Takrays. They had another one on their website. I believe I wanted to check out one of their premium ones. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it on here. Maybe I don't see it on here right now. Huh. Robin, today I'm getting my crazy Tucson TS 330. Speaking of that, y'all know what's happened to Ed the last couple of days? We were talking about Discerning Man last night, so let's go watch his little short of his review of that thing. I'm getting one of these today. Let's see him unbox it here. Robin, I believe you're talking about TACCOM, not TACRAY. And I've got both of those, the unnamed and the second one. Yeah, it's like brass knucks and a flathead screwdriver on the end. is about all it would be useful for. Sorry. But yeah, I'm getting one of those today. So they're listed on eBay right now for $125 or best offer. And I offered him $85 and he took it. See you later, Knives Are Life. Yeah, so I'm getting one of those today. But Robin, I think you were talking about these two knives. The Tacom Unnamed. It's not Tac Ray. I think you're talking about this knife. And then this is their new one they haven't named yet. So when I did my unboxing of it, I got a prototype at Blade Show. And I called it the Unnamed also, or the Unnamed TOO, like two, like also. Yeah, I got both of those. Ed went to the hospital yesterday, is that what you said? Huh. That's no good. Yeah. I mean, I guess so. Although it is shorter than the original, and the blade isn't much shorter. Yeah, it's not a huge knife. This one is a lot bigger. Blade and handle. You can see that the handle is smaller on that one, and the blade is. It seems appropriate to me for the handle size, but maybe your hands, since I don't know, mine are bigger, I can't get, I have to really squeeze to get 4 fingers on it. All right, Michael, I'll have to reach out to him, make sure he's all right. Because it's not like him to not be here for our 200th episode yesterday, and then again not today. This is another one I don't break out nearly often enough. My Tactile Maverick. I think it lives right next to my my other one, my Avere, sorry, my Avere. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. These two remind me of each other a lot. They're both great knives, and definitely not knives I don't break out enough. And then I keep forgetting I got this one not long ago too. And that one is Warncliffe. So I guess I do have a few, but I keep forgetting I've got that one too. I need to wipe that one off. I guess that's a scratch, maybe. Huh. I don't know. You can't see it in certain light. That's weird. Yeah, it looks good there. I got a bunch of knives that I need to use more. I still love my Lemipshi original with the Damascus. I did a flipper tab delete on this one too. I made it flush back here. But I love this knife too. It's got a perfect finger choil. That's another great one I need to carry more often. Very comfortable knife. What other knives are we going to talk about today? There's not a clone one on the table today. It's kind of weird. Got your fourth Unkovsky in, huh? Yeah, I want a Bacero bad. That's been on my list for a while, and I gotta have that new one. That Isurus. That Isurus looks super sweet. Like, I gotta find one of those. The Urban EDC Isurus. Isurus, this one. I gotta have one of these. See you later, TC. Hey, TC, check out the Discord message I sent you sometime. Not a big deal, but I know you don't check it much often. I know you don't check it often. But have a good day, sir. I think it's a regular Kubi price, Pete. I think it's priced about right. Oh, you already responded? All right, thank you, TC. I know I should have texted you or something because I know you're not active on the Discord much, so I just want to make sure. I don't have my phone on, so I didn't know. Like I said, it's not a big deal. I just wanted to remind you that I did message you. I don't care about what the message was about, but oh, is that? I thought it was like 139 or 129. 150 is about Yes, sir, Dan Stan, you did. Congratulations, Mr. Dan Stan. Mister, sorry. Makes me want to go. Are you? So, on Blade Bench, didn't we look at the prices? I thought we looked at the prices. And they were like one. Yeah, right here. I thought we looked at this. Yeah, 139. 139. Oh, the dark mode and the regular one. Yeah, the regular one is 149. That's too much. The Tiffany blue one. Oh, it's G10. Yeah, the titanium one. Yeah, you're right. I thought it was 139 and 129. Dan Stan, I haven't decided, but it's gonna be a nice knife or a couple of knives. I don't know what you've won yet, Mr. Dan Stan, but you did win. I've got some ideas. I've got some knives in boxes over here and some new ones I haven't touched. So you will win one of them. Pretty sure you'll be happy with it regardless. Just hit me up on Instagram with your name and address, and I'll get it sent out to you probably tomorrow. Yes, Sever, you can pop up. I don't care. Hold on just a second. That link, hold on. Should work, but same one you used last time. But let me make sure. I've got it set up to where. Let me make sure this is set right. Whoops, where's my phone? Give me just a second, Sever. Yeah. So, Blade Alchemy .hop2 bladealchemy.hop2.org should always work to get to the video. That link should always work to get to the video call if I've got it up. Let me go back. Yeah, that link should work, Sever. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. So hop on up, Sever. The link doesn't work. What? All right, well, here. Is that the right? bladealchemy.hop2.org. Are you sure? All right, well, here's the other link to it. Oh, the link worked for you, Pete? Does it say join with camera or whatever? Oh, there you are. Except your phone's not connected. I can hear you though, Sever. They have to be on the same Wi-Fi.
Well, it just worked the other day, so I'm not sure.
Close the right click on the icon in your system tray in the computer and relaunch IV Cam on your computer. Right click on it and hit exit or something.
Right. Yep.
And then relaunch it on your computer, not the setup file.
Well, so I have it launched on my phone and on my computer.
Yeah, so shut down the one on your computer. Go to your system tray in the bottom right corner and right click on it and hit exit.
Right.
And it should where it says waiting for IV Cam connection, it should disappear once you close it. And then relaunch it. See if that helps.
Well, if you want to mute me and let me try to figure this out, and then you guys can keep doing your thing.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just let me know. I'll check back in a second. No problem. Sever, if I was you though, I don't think you ever closed the one on your computer, because the screen should have disappeared on the cam screen where it says waiting for IV Cam connection, or it's what I see. So I don't think you ever closed it on the. Oh, you had to renew, huh, Dan Stan, or it renewed you or something? You showed up in the members list, so that's how you got in the drawing. Couldn't figure out. There was 2 people that needed to renew or something. What about your other webcam, Sever? I mean, I still don't think you've ever closed the IV Cam on your computer. It'll be down there by your clock. You got to right click on it and hit exit or whatever. Oh, okay. Have you tried closing the one on your phone and relaunching it? Yeah. If it's not on the same Wi-Fi network, though, I mean, I don't know, whatever. I'm sure you've checked all that, so. pain in the butt. Sometimes Windows will update and it'll mess up your firewall settings, and you got to like let it through the firewall for incoming connections. But I would have to show you that on Discord, like how to redo that. But thought maybe your webcam could work. Yeah, you don't connect it that way. You don't connect it from the PC side. You connect it from the phone side. You always connect the app from the phone to the PC, not from the PC to the phone. So you might have a Bluetooth connection on your phone. Your phone might be connected to your computer on Bluetooth, and that's what's messing it up. I don't know. If you go to your Bluetooth devices on your computer, though, you should be able to disconnect your phone and then always connect your phone to the server, not the server to the phone. The Avera is awesome, Mister. It came. I got the version with the micro milling and the skiffs pre-installed, and it's just like butter. Like, it's super sweet. And it has the best box presentation of any knife I've ever seen. Super good action on it, though. Yeah, I don't know how to help, Sever. Sorry. Yeah. Or yeah. We you can reboot your computer and try that or something. All right, later. But yeah, man, great knife. This is the Monterey Bay Knives. Something or other. What's it called? Swayback. This is a Laconico design that doesn't look like a Laconico design. Yeah, it's a Ray knife. I love my Ray knives, and this is one of them that doesn't get enough credit. Well, it probably does get enough credit. Yeah, it's a Swayback. Yeah, it's super cool. The only other Monterey Bay knives I've got is the whatever it is, the other. Well, that's two Laconicos that are weird Laconicos. Isn't this a Laconico too? The Wolverine or the Sabertooth? Sorry. Sabertooth. I think these are two like not typical Ray designs, but I could be wrong about this one. I don't know why I'm saying that now that I think about it. Is that true? False? Is that a Laconico? You might tell me. Who makes the Sabertooth? Yeah, that's what I thought. So those are both non-typical Ray Laconico knives. Because, you know, normally, yeah, Laconico is probably my favorite designer. And I don't know, it's because I like the plain lines and stuff. But, like the Gemini like normally his lines are like that. You know, it's super clean. And this is the Intrepid. This is my prototype Laconico, to be determined. You see right there though, this is before they named it the Intrepid. But Ray's designs are just super clean looking normally. So these two aren't typical. These two are. What else does Laconico make that I've got? I swear, like, whoever this guy is, oh yeah, this is whoever made, oh, this is Michael Vargino or whatever. It's very close to a Laconico design. Who designed the T1? Can't remember. And then this is the other one. This is the Shoal. This is Ning Ma. But it kind of looks like them too. I wonder what other Kaisers he designed, because I probably got more. And then the Justin Lundquist Wanderer kind of got that same feel. What's up, Nick? Yeah, I've looked at the Yorkies and almost bought one. Trying to remember what other Kaisers Laconico makes. The Yorkie, the Gemini, the Intrepid, I guess that's about it. Yorkie. Oh, thank you, Dan Stan. Oh, the T1 was Uli Heineck. But that's my style knife, is these five right here. Pretty much my favorite style of knife. And like I said, they're knifey knives. Like if you look up a knife in this one's a little different, but these are what I think knives should look like. If you looked up the word knife in the dictionary, that's what you'd see. But this one's got really clean lines too. Justin Lundquist, the Wanderer. Yeah, Sea Otter's on my list too. Who makes the megalith and the microlith? That's a pretty cool little knife too. I need to get a megalith just because I've got the microlith. And this is the one I was thinking about with that long blade hole. I wouldn't be surprised if that one y'all mentioned earlier was made by the same designer. Is that New Breed? No, that's that one I can't ever remember. Oh, that's the other half of Devo, isn't it? Isn't that the other guy? It's Colin. Isn't that Colin design? Was that other knife that y'all talked about earlier, was it designed by Colin? Yeah, that little thing's cool. And it's got great action too. It's so little, I got to keep the flipper tab on it because I can't get in there to get to that. I can't hold the knife. It wants to come out of my hand. There you go. I did get a reverse flick on it. But that is a 3-finger knife for sure. Cool little knife though. I love my Kaisers, man. The Sparrow. And this is one that gets slept on, the Uprising. I'm surprised. I don't know why Pete doesn't like this one or doesn't have one of these. Because that's his blade shape. The Uprising's a cool one though. And the Beyond is one that's kind of like futuristic looking to me. It's also cool. Kaiser has some bangers, boy. I don't have a style, do I? I don't like plain titanium. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah, I want a mega I've got a wait. No, I just bought that I just bought this one, the XL Sheepdog. Look how much bigger it is than the regular frame lock Sheepdog. Still got to finish bead blasting this blade. I haven't done it yet. But yeah, this XL really is an XL. I can't believe I got this knife for $79 from Caviso. Like, that's pretty wild. I almost worked out a deal on a Megatherium, but I didn't get it. I should have. Yeah, I almost got one. Well, guys, we just hit the 2-hour mark. I think I'm going to start winding her down today. That'll make a good thumbnail. All right, guys. Congratulations to the winners, Dan Stan and the other guy. I don't even remember what his name is already. Chameleon. Chameleon 8746334. Mitchell, sir, hope you have a good day. No problem, Dan Stan. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. What today is Tuesday, Titanium Tuesday, so that's why this screenshot is fitting. The only color you see in here is blue accent color. And titanium. That's how I like it. Anyway, appreciate all y'all. I'm not going to call you out name by name today, but you know, appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I will reach out to him and let him know I'm thinking about him. Thank you for giving me an update. Anyway, guys, y'all have a great Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day, my day off. I'm going to dig deep into the laser tomorrow and try to get some actual titanium engraved tomorrow. I'm going to start working on that coin soon too, so I'm excited about all that. Michael, Robin, Andrew, Dan Stan, Nick, Mitchell, Mr. Pete, if you're still around. Who else? Sever 7. We'll try that again tomorrow. Look at your new Unkovsky. Robin, thank you, sir. John, appreciate you, buddy. Waylon, thank you, sir. TC, hope you have a great day. Not sure who else hopped in. It's got a lot of y'all. Christopher, thank you, sir. Knives Are Life, Mr. Bob, thank you, sir. Keep It Scale Stupid, Mr. Paul. Appreciate you, buddy. Probably getting some sleep. Hope your AC's working better. Anyway, guys, we'll see y'all.